I work from home, so I wear headphones a lot. Music, videos, background noise, anything to fill the silence while I'm working. It helps me focus. A few nights ago, I was finishing something late. It was around 1:30 a.m., and I had music playing quietly. Nothing intense, just some ambient stuff in the background. At some point, I noticed the music had stopped. I didn't think much of it at first. I figured the playlist had just ended. I was still staring at my screen, half focused, when I heard it. Someone said my name. It was quiet, almost blended into the silence, but it was clear enough that I immediately looked up. I took off one side of my headphones and listened. Nothing, just the usual apartment noise, faint hums, distant pipes, the kind of sounds you stop noticing after a while. I put the headphones back on. A few seconds later, I heard it again. My name. This time, I paused everything and took the headphones off completely. I checked my phone, my computer, every app that could have been playing something. Nothing. No audio. No open tabs. No notifications. I even checked if maybe something had auto-played and stopped. Still nothing. I sat there for a minute, trying to make sense of it. It didn't feel like a glitch. It didn't sound distorted or digital. It sounded close, like someone was speaking just behind me. I told myself I was tired, that's all. Late night, too much screen time, brain filling in silence with something familiar. So I put the headphones back on. This time, I didn't play anything. I just waited. At first, there was nothing, just the quiet pressure of the headphones over my ears. Then slowly, I started to notice a faint background noise. Not music, not static, just a low presence, like distant air moving through a space. And then it spoke again. My name. Clearer this time. Closer. I froze. I didn't move, didn't breathe, just listened. There was a short pause, and then it said something else. Can you hear me? I ripped the headphones off. The room was completely silent. I stood up immediately and checked everything again. Computer, phone, even the TV, just in case. Nothing was playing. Nothing had been playing. I walked into the hallway and checked the front door. Locked. Windows, same thing. Everything was exactly how it should be. That should have been enough to stop me from putting the headphones back on. But I did anyway. I don't really know why. Maybe I wanted to prove it wasn't real. Maybe I wanted to hear it again. This time, I sat there and waited without touching anything. No music, no videos, no sound at all. Just the headphones. It didn't take long. Hey, it wasn't whispering anymore. It sounded calm, like it knew I was listening. I felt my chest tighten. Where are you? I said quietly, before I could stop myself. There was a pause, and for a second, I thought maybe that was it. Maybe it wouldn't respond. Then it did. I'm right here. I turned around immediately. There was nothing behind me. Just my chair, my desk, the wall. I stood up slowly, my heart starting to race now. That's not funny, I said, even though no one was there to hear it. You left me here, it said. The voice didn't change in volume, but it felt closer. Not louder, closer. Like it wasn't coming from outside anymore. I reached up and pulled the headphones off again. Silence. I stared at them for a long time. Then I noticed something that made my stomach drop. The cable wasn't plugged in. Not to my computer. Not to anything. I hadn't noticed before. But the headphones were completely disconnected. And I had still heard it. I set them down slowly on the desk. I didn't want to touch them anymore. For a while, nothing happened. I just stood there, trying to think of something logical, something that made sense. Maybe I'd imagined the whole thing. Maybe I'd plugged them in earlier and just didn't remember unplugging them. But then I heard it again, not through the headphones this time, from the desk. Why do you stop listening? I took a step back. The headphones were exactly where I left them, still unplugged, still completely still. You were hearing me before, it continued. You just needed something to listen through. My hands were shaking now. What are you? I asked. There was a pause, longer than before. Then it answered. I was with you earlier. My mind raced. Earlier? When? You were outside, it said. You didn't notice. That's when I remembered. Earlier that evening, I had gone out for a walk, just around the block. Nothing unusual. I'd had my headphones on the whole time, music playing, volume up, not really paying attention to anything around me. I tried to tell you, it said softly, but you kept listening to something else. My throat went dry, so I waited. The room felt colder, quieter, like everything else had been pushed out. Now you can hear me. I shook my head. No, I said. No, I'm not.